This morning we saw where everybody was rushing to the home of Nanda and Yashoda to see their baby. Everybody was just rushing there, not only to see the baby, but to get an opportunity, to get a chance to do what? To shake the palna, to rock the palna. And so we sang this morning the bhajan. Krishna ki palna junave nandarani, 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 Krishna ki palna junave nandarani. But you see, they weren't only going to shake the palna, you know. They weren't only going to shake the palna or to give a gift to the child. When they went there to that place, you know what they were doing? You know what they were doing? Palna julave geeta sunave, julave geeta sunave, palna julave geeta sunave, palna julave geeta sunave. The child, the baby feels comfort in its most turbulent time. The baby feels comfort in hearing the voice of the mother. Anything the mother is singing brings comfort to the baby. True or not? Huh? And mothers make up all kind of thing and they're singing for the baby. Hush, popo, hush, mommy gone to tongue. Huh? Every mother probably sung that for their children, isn't it? Did you sing that for your children? Huh? And you made up something. You're humming, you're singing, you're doing some kind of thing that will bring comfort to the child. But it is not only Yashoda. It is every being who goes to that place and they have the opportunity to touch the palna. Everybody is singing for Krishna. Everybody is singing and everybody is dancing. They're singing and dancing to their own beat. If you want to dance today in the Bhagwat, if you want to get up and dance, there are people from the Sori village Mandir. You know where that is? In Lopino. They came to the morning session. They're here for the evening session. There are people who came from the Sant Nagar Mandir. You know where that is? Huh? In Sandi Grandi. They're here. And they came. They didn't just come. They came with a maxi. And I'm seeing the ladies. I could identify them. All of them with their urni. Huh? And all of them singing and clapping. I'm seeing Uncle Vishnu from the Prisal Mandir. You remember we went to Polo Ground in that temple? I'm seeing Uncle Vishnu there. I'm seeing people from the Tableland temple with us. I'm seeing people from the Rio Claro Chandrasekhar Mandir. I'm seeing people from Pinal. I'm seeing Uncle again all the way from Cedras, Ikakas and Politon. Cedras, Ikakas and Politon sitting next to each other. They probably came together when you see that. Because they're down that way. I'm seeing Lakshmi who came from all the way in Gopi Trace. And she brought the two brahmacharis. They're sitting on the stage in green. When we come, we didn't just come. I'm seeing Ashish who came from all the way in the wholesale in Princestown. Come on the stage. When they go, they're going to sing. They're going to enjoy. They're going to enjoy the company of Bhagwan Krishna. That's why we came. Lord Krishna compelled us to come. There are a million things we could have been doing. But Lord Krishna is saying, go to the Bhagwat. Go to the Yagna. Go. Why? Krishna ki palna julave nandarani, 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 Krishna ki palna julave nandarani, Krishna ki palna julave nandarani. Comes this king, hearing the words of Yog Maya. The child to destroy you is already born in a safe place. Comes becomes worried. Comes becomes frightened. Comes is afraid to die. Watch the person next to you and ask them, are you afraid of that? Ask them. Ask them. You are asking them, good man. You have to ask them how I telling you. Ask them how I telling you. Hey, you afraid to die? Ask them. Comes is afraid that death will come to him, and comes at any cost is trying to prevent death. But you and I, there is one thing that we can't run and hide from, and it is called death. Have you given thought to that? We cannot hide from that. That is certain for all of us. We will all die one day. Did you give thought to that? I don't want to think too much about when I'm dead. I want to enjoy my time now. When I'm dead, it will be Nigel and Dave problem. They will be alive. Let them see what will happen. I don't know. I wouldn't be there. I Jaya be a killer. I'll be up in the heavens looking at Lord Krishna. Krishna ki palna julave nandara. And I wouldn't just be there, no. I'll be there and I'll be like this. Krishna ki palna julave nandarani. Because that's how I live my life. I live my life enjoying my existence. And you should do the same. So when you stand up in front of Krishna, when you look at Lord Krishna in his face and you bow to his feet, you stand up in front of him and you say, here I am. I ran the race called life and I'm standing here at the finish line, standing as a winner. I'm not here as a loser or a failure. I'm here as a winner in front of you, Lord Krishna. I'm pleased to present myself to you. And if you really want to be pleased and pleasing in the eyesight of Lord Krishna, you too, when you stand there, you will dance. When you dance in the yagya, they say you're mad. When you dance in a party, they say, oh, well, enjoy yourself. Huh? Why can't we enjoy the puja? Why can't we enjoy the satsang? Why can't we enjoy the bhakti, the devotion in the yagya? Why? Because they'll say you're mad. Well, I have news for you. They'll say you're mad anyway. So better you give them something to say you're mad about. Sing and dance and clap and enjoy. Polish yourselves by expressing yourself through your bhakti, your devotion to Bhagwan. Never allow anybody to suppress you and prevent you from dancing and enjoying your worship. Your worship should come with joy from down in your heart. Krishna ki palna julave nandarani. Krishna ki palna julave nandarani. Krishna ki palna julave nandarani. They go and everybody is going. But you know what happened? Putna, she is now summoned by Kams, and Kams says to Putna, go find that baby across the river Yamuna and I want you to destroy that child. Putna, piece of cake. Putna goes across the river Yamuna. The same Yamuna Vasudeva was going over and almost drowned. Putna went with no problem. Huh? Vasudeva, who was doing something good, almost drowned. And Putna, who is evil and crooked and has destruction in her mind, she's going and nothing happened. I said in the morning session that everybody's trial is different. What might be easy for you will be difficult for me, but what might be difficult for you will be very easy for me. We learn differently. Bhagwan teaches us differently. And so Putna, she goes, but as she goes to the god of Nanda and Yashoda, Yashoda is sweeping. And so at that time Krishna begins to cry. Yashoda goes and she takes up the child. And Putna standing there. Putna is beautiful in looks. What makes you beautiful? Powder and lipstick will make your face and your body look nice, huh? But your actions and your humility makes your aura nice. Do you know that? Your actions and your humility makes you beautiful inwardly. And so Putna, she volunteers to hold a little baby. But as she holds the little baby, she's looking at the baby, and you know what she's telling the baby? When you hold the baby for the first time, what you say? Oh, oh, po, po. Huh? That's what you tell the child. Look at you, kuchi, kuchi, ku. Your nose like a kachori too. Huh? What you tell the baby? She's holding the baby and she's saying to the baby, I'm going to destroy you. And the baby look and he say, I destroying you first. And she now was paste poison on her breast. is feeding Krishna. And you know what we sang? We sang this morning. Jab praan kante aave, koi rog na satave, yam tras na dikave, jab praan tan se nikale, itna tu karna swami, jab praan tan se nikale. Putna's life reached her throat, and Putna was about to die. But Putna still continued to do the wrong thing. Though she was about to die and she was feeling the pain of that, she still continued to do the wrong thing. We can't do the wrong thing and expect the right result. We can't live an evil, crooked life and expect to go to heaven and meet God. You can't. It all goes in synchrony. There is a time, there is a place for everything. Do you believe that? Tell the person next to you, there is a time to pray and there is a time to play. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them for me again. But when we are praying, we are not playing. Tell them. When we are praying, we are not playing. Because God is a priority and not an option. Bhagwan is a priority and not an option. When we are praying, we can't play with prayers and with God. The ladies from LA looked at me and they say, boy, when you go up there, you're totally different. They say you're totally different. This is God's time. Out of this time is your time to make a joke and to laugh and to giggle and giggle and talk any kind of rubbish. But here is God's time. And with God's time, there is no time to waste. It says Putna, she's destroyed. But as Putna is destroyed, what will happen? The Bhagwat Puran tells, Kams has heard that Putna died. Putna, who is a powerful demoness, has died. And so this makes Kams even more frightened. More frightened. I never forget, a few years ago, I had the privilege of officiating at a funeral. And as the body was placed into the chitta, a man came up to me and he says, Pandit, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, yes. Can we move away from the fire? He said, no, I want to talk right here. I said, but we will get scorched. We will get burned. Let us move aside. And then he said, no, I have to ask you now. You can't even move one step. He said, you think I will die too? I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm asking you your honest opinion. You think I will die too? I said, what do you mean? We'll all die. He said, no, that's my brother, but we are twins. We were born minutes apart from each other. And he died. And I'm wondering, I got dead too? How long I have again? I said, well, if we continue standing here, we mightn't have long. Because we too will get burnt while we're alive. Comes hears that Putna is dead and becomes worried. Stranger, you're worried about people who done dead. You're offering pinda and pitching it whole month, lighting diya and singing Ramayana for the dead man, and you alive and never do a Ramayana for yourself. Never one day you did something for yourself. I can't have the prayers home, the house still billing. Yesterday I said, they put the tent on top of the gravel heap. And they put Das trolley on top of the gravel heap too. And they put you on top there. And we're walking around the whole gravel heap because you're done dead now. Everybody coming in the house that had no tile and no ceiling. And 13 days they singing Jai Ram, Shri Ram. And when you live in, you can't put up one jandi. Because you shame at your house. It's not a shame, you know. It's your ego. Because if you are genuinely going to pray, a prayer that is done genuinely doesn't require fanfare. It doesn't require karhi and chana and bajar. You know what it requires? Bhakti. You call the Baba alone and you make your little parsad and you sit down. Your Baba is your friend. Your Baba is a person whom is like your family member. He's a person who when he comes, he fits in like he's home. Huh? Anywhere you put him to sit, he'll sit. Anything you give him to eat, he'll eat. Anything you give him to drink, he'll drink. That's why a few years ago I couldn't fit on top here. And it fits in, but you have all the excuse. You know how much people call? And they well want to do a little prayers, but if you see how the house is, the house not in a good state, Baba. Can't have the prayers. I can't have the puja home. Christmas you hang up plenty blinkers, huh? And having parang. But for God, you can't do that. The place is good. And our priorities are mixed up. He hears that Putna died, and so this makes him worried. Have you given thought we'll die? Hello? Have you given thought to that? Hello? Did you give thought to that? Don't tell them what you want to put on when you're there, they know. Because somebody goes say you're going to look good in that color, they go change it. Don't dictate what you want when you die. You ain't getting none of that. I'm telling you with conviction, you ain't getting that. That's why a few days ago when Nadira looked at me, she said, if you're dead, we ain't gonna know what to do. I said, well, if I dead, I gonna be dead. Me ain't care what you do. And she said, so who will be the pundit? I said, we did Munilal's Sparta funeral, and everybody said the funeral was good. Play that tape. Play that recording. Don't call anybody. Play that recording and put me in the chitta, and I pray enough while I'm alive. And they all laugh. She said, you see, we can't have no serious conversation with you. But I was real serious when I replied. I was serious beyond serious. Because I know that the best person to pray for me is... The best person to pray for you is who? Tell yourself that. I am the best person to pray for me. Tell yourself, I want to hear. I am the best person to pray for my... Sharon, you didn't say it. Say it. Good. You'll go to standard 5 after that. You say it really good. I am the best person to pray for myself. It says, Putna, she has died. But the Katha begins with the name Putna again. Though she has died, the Katha begins with the name Putana again. Listen to what it says. I want everybody to sing with me. Let's clap our hands and let's make a joyful noise unto Bhagwan. Everybody. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Ram Ram Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. You know, there's several different forms of devotion that is required and prescribed according to scripture. Shravanam, Nenam, Mananam, chanting the name, listening to the name, Kirtanam, clapping and singing. All of those things are important. But Samantha, you know what the Guru Pran say? The Guru Pran say that when the man next to you clapping and you don't clap, you're taking all his sin. Watch the size of that man next to you. You think you could manage? Huh? You think you could manage that sin? Ravi, when you're clapping, you have to clap like with some zol. When you go to the party, they say wave something, you take off your clothes and you're waving it. When you go to the prayers, you say, me putting on the urni, it's hot. Huh? Well, maybe we should get a new thing, wave your urni. I don't know. How else to get you involved? This evening, clap and sing from your heart and know that you're expelling all your negative energies. Know that you're getting rid of all your sins. Know that for a fact. Clap and sing with me, everybody. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. Bolo. Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. Ayodhya अयोध्यावासी श्री रामचंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
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 हरि नारायण स्वामी नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण।
Listen to what it's saying. Listen to what it's saying.
राम राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
माता यशोदा श्री कृष्ण चंद्र आनंद रूपा जय जय राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम।
श्री परमात्मने नमः। पूतना ने मृत्यु लोक करने वाले का शांत करने वाले, सत्ता का मृत्यु करने वाले, अंधकार होने वाले, गरबा की हमेश भगवान कृष्णा का बनार होते का भक्ति करने रहते तीर। एक दिन यशोदा और भगवान कृष्णा का गीत दही और माखन की बितार करने वाले, गय का स्तुत लिया करने है बहुत भूख का पूर्वक ज्ञान करने वाले, ज्ञान क्या करने वाले हैं। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम।
It says the place had a different kind of calm. After Putna died, there was a different kind of calm. There was a different kind of peacefulness. There was a different spell of peacefulness in the atmosphere. Have you ever heard somebody give a description? You know, we had the death in the house, but everything is just so peaceful. You don't feel as though something bad has happened. It is just calm and there is no kind of negative energy, and you just feel this peacefulness. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard those words before from somebody who had a death, a funeral? They say the place just feels light and calm. No kind of heaviness and no kind of... It says the place remained calm and peaceful. And so the Gwals and the Bals, all they were talking about was Lord Krishna. That's all they were talking about. When I scrolled through Facebook before I came up here, I saw many people post on Facebook. You know what time it is? Ask the person next to you, know what time it is? Ask them. Vicky, ask Sheila. Ask her, you know what time it is? Ask her. Tell them it's Bhagwat time. Tell them it's Bhagwat time. Now it's Bhagwat time. I'm happy to see on the Facebook, on the Ganesh Utsav Foundation Facebook and on my personal Facebook, everybody tagging, you know what time it is? Bhagwat time. And the people in the comments put in the time. And one lady put, you know he's staying there and still late. And I'm laughing at the comments. I say, but you know, they're really good because they're sitting by their televisions waiting to see, waiting to be a part of the Bhagwat. They're sitting there waiting to hear the glories of Bhagwan. And so they're looking at the time too. In your homes, you're listening. I say thank you. And I say to you, ask the person next to you, you know what time it is? Tell them it's Bhagwat time. It's time for the Bhagwat. A different calm came. And so everybody was talking about Lord Krishna. And so talking about Lord Krishna, what will happen? One day, Bhagwan Krishna was placed on a cart to sleep while Yashoda was performing her duties on the outside. And his cart had vessels, guts, pots filled with ghee and dahi and mata. And so, placing him among all of these pots, Yashoda secured the child between the pots so that he will not be able to roll anywhere. And so as Yashoda placed this child there, what will happen? Something will happen. Listen, it tells us, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
वाह बहुत भूख का ऊपर गया करने वाले, अपने का बर्तों में देख और डंडिया करने वाले, श्री कान्हा दे लगे करने भूख पीड़ित करने हैं, जिसमें का रोग लगे करने. It says, Lord Krishna got up from his sleep as a child, as a babe, but getting up from his sleep, bahut bhuk. Bahut is a word that can mean extremely or very. Bahut means extremely and bhuk means hungry. He's extremely hungry. Have you ever been extremely hungry before? Hello? Have you ever been extremely hungry before? Ishwar say no. Have you ever been extremely hungry before? Have you ever felt extreme hunger? You ever feel extreme sleepy before? Huh? And you know why you're feeling extremely sleepy? Bahut lazy. Huh? Bahut kurhi. That's why. It says, he got up very hungry. And so what he will do, he stretched his hand into the pots and he started to eat. And he started to lick his hand and he's dipping his whole arm down inside of the pots and taking out by the handfuls and he's eating. Sometimes mothers know their children so good. In the event that there are more than one children, or sometimes even when there is one child, the mother say, you're going to eat, but remember other people have to eat too. Otherwise, you know what will happen? Chances are nobody will get food. It have a whole roti, only take half, leave half for your brother. Why not singing like Vivek and Vedanand? Huh? Leave for your brother. And if you didn't say that, chances are they'll eat the whole roti. It says, he dipped his hand into every pot, even the pot of ghee, and he was eating ghee. Would you eat ghee, Dave? Would you eat ghee? We all eat ghee. Is that true? We love Mohan Bhog, isn't it? What is Mohan Bhog made with? I don't know about you. I like when the ghee leaking down from your hand. I like when the parsad is soft and you could see the ghee in it. That's how I like the parsad. When you're done, you rub your hands so, and you're looking like a fry bake. Oily. Huh? It says, he dipped his hand in all of the pots and he was eating. But what will happen? In a distance, he heard the footsteps of Mata Yashoda coming. And hearing the footsteps of Mata Yashoda coming, using his gyan. What is gyan? Gyan means his intelligence. Using his gyan, he began crying loudly. And as he started to scream, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
इसलिए का यशोदा ध्यान अंतरिक्ष करने वाले जब का उतर रहते हैं उसने का अपने पीर बना हो गया करने वाले इतना का लक्षा करने मीर करने का सारी बन बर्तनों के जिसमें का कुछ भी का पता नहीं चलता है उसने क्या का करने नहीं है हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम राम
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
हरि Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Yashoda quickly took up the child. But when Yashoda was picking up the child, you know what Krishna did? Krishna took his foot and Krishna pushed, he kicked the cart upon which he was, pushing it with such force that the cart toppled over and all of the vessels fell to the ground. So that Yashoda will not be able to identify that he jhutad. Jhuta means that he ate from all of the pots. Pata nahi. The Katha says pata nahi. There was no understanding. Yashoda could not understand how the cart fell down. Pata nahi. There was no level of understanding. There was no possibility that it will happen. But it happened. And because it happened, she had no clue why. Pata nahi. Pata nahi means I don't know. Tell the person next to you. Pata nahi means I don't know. Tell them. Pata nahi. I don't know. I can't understand. I don't know. Tell them. So from now on, Devda, when you want to say I don't know, say pata nahi. Pata nahi. I don't know. I have no comprehension. Pata nahi. I don't know. And so, unable to tell what had happened, Yashoda, she has no clue. There is mess. A lady's mind is designed in such a way that once there is mess, she can't go to sleep without cleaning. True or not? Ask Cindy. She'll tell you. Before she goes to sleep in the night, well, in the morning, 3 o'clock. In the morning, 3 o'clock. She have to wash all the wares in the kitchen. So before we leave this evening, we're going to do that. So she will not be going in the kitchen this evening. She has to wipe down all the counter and she has to mop the ground in the kitchen. And she has to make sure that Dave go in his room and I go in my room so that nobody walking when she done mop. So leave the mopping, she'll do it. She goes to the fridge and she empties all the food from the day before. She puts it in a bucket and she say, all you go by the river now is right there and feed the fish. And in my mind I say, oh God, she pagal. She see the fridge don't have space to put the fresh food, so go and feed the fish now. In my mind I want to ask her, the fish is eaten in the night? But then I know she'll ask me, you just eat in the night? So I never ask. It is a rule, it is a law, it is a curse. She will not go to sleep until she cleans the place. Will not go. So tonight is a different night. We're going to all get together and help her so I could go to sleep early. Only because of me. Right, Mohani? So I could go to sleep early. Because I will not remain comfortable if she's awake and I go to sleep, leaving her doing the work. It says Yashoda, she goes to clean. And as Yashoda goes to clean, you know what will happen? Yashoda cleaning and cleaning, she puts down Krishna. But Kams has plotted another plan. And Kams is sending another being. Who is this being? And what will this being do? Kams sends this other being. The being is appearing in the right time. Nothing happens before it's. Say that with me. Nothing happens before it's. Everything happens in the right time. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Tell the person next to you, everything happens in the right time. Tell them. Everything happens in the right time. And so comes, he has sent a being across. Who is he sending? Listen, the Katha tells us. Bolo Sri Seetahal, 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 Jai Siyavar Ram. Bolo.
Seetahal, 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 Jai Siyavar Ram.
Bolo Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jai Siyavar Ram.
Radhe Shyam, Radhe सियावर राम।
जब कह दे कर रहता उसका अपना दे कर दे, कम सह होरा अधिक जोरा देकर बिनता दे। बोलो सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम। बोलो
सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम
Listen to what it's saying. Listen to what it's saying.
राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
उन्होंने कहा राक्षस ने की तृणवरता कहा भूला, अति कहा कृष्णा तारत नाता देकर नाश कहा दूजा। बोलो सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम। बोलो
सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
उन्होंने के राक्षस लेके तृणवरता का बुलाया, कृष्णा जैसा राही नाता देकर नाश का दूता। It says, come summon another Rakshasa. Who is a Rakshasa? Who is a Rakshasa? What is a Rakshasa? Hello? What is a Rakshasa? Bhagwan says, of all the beings that he has created, you can class them into groups. What kind of group? Yogi, Rogi, Bhogi. Huh? Some people are like yogis, divine, holy, God-like, God-sent. Some people like Rogi. You know what's Rogi? What day today is again? I say today is Sunday, today is Monday. You don't know what day it is. You don't know nothing. You're just living anything, anyhow, it doesn't matter to you. You don't know. And Bhogi, you know what's a Bhogi? What's a Bhogi? Why are you all watching me? What is a Bhogi? A Bhogi. Eat, eat, eat. Live to eat. Not eat to live, eh? Live to... Not eating to live. Live to eat. Bhogi. He summoned a Rakshasa. And summoning this Rakshasa, he said to the Rakshasa, go across the river Yamuna to the home of Nanda and Yashoda, and I want you to destroy this little child, Krishna. Go. Use any mean, use any method that you can, but destroy this child, and then come back to me victorious. Come back to me victorious. Listen to what comes to say. So following the instruction of the king, he's a Rakshas. He's glad to destroy. There are some people, their aura, their energy, their very existence is to destroy. It takes a man a lifetime to build a character. And it takes one idle, foolish person to gossip and tarnish the character of a good person. Is that true? Is that true? Because the Rakshas inside of that person doesn't permit them to see good and God. Only permits them to find faults and imperfections. Some people don't like you. You know why? Because they have to walk when you have wings. You could fly. And your wings only came through your good karma, through the good actions. Instead of emulating you, they criticize you and condemn you and try to destroy you. What will happen? He's happy to oblige and so happy to do this. What will happen? He makes his way across the river Yamuna to Gokul, and going there, listen, it tells us, राक्षस गोकुल नंद यशोदा गर्भाने उसका कृष्ण यशोदा गोरमिनी कर करे कर पिनता देखा बोलो सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम बोलो
सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम
He went to that place and he saw that Yashoda, she was cleaning, and he saw that Lord Krishna was unsupervised. So you know what he decided to do? He decided to pick up the child with nobody seeing. And taking up the child, quickly he tried to disappear. Long ago, neighbors lived like family. You all remember that? You wanted some salt, you stand up by the wire. Actually, you didn't even have a wire. You say, hey girl, lend me some salt, I go bring it back. And you never bring back nothing, yeah? You have brown sugar, lend me some. You all remember that? Huh? Now, from the time the neighbor children see you, they say, you again where you come for. And you didn't come since Christmas last 2 years. You never visited there. They insult you. They make you feel inferior. They make you feel as though you are a beggar. You're coming to beg. It says, he grabs hold of the child. You know, long ago, you used to walk across and take up the little baby and carry the baby across by you, the neighbor grandson. You all remember? Huh? And play with the baby and thing. And then you bring back the baby, you say, I feel the pamper need changing. Change it, I'll carry him back. And I will see him and you finish wash and thing and call me when you're done, I will bring him back for you. You all remember that? Hello, you all remember that? Well, I don't know about your culture, that's South culture. Where we grew up, that's South culture. Everybody lived in one. I love to go across the road by Aji and Ajo. You know why? You feel I like Aji and Ajo? I sure I get some kind of snack. I like to go by Aji and Ajo because you know why? Aji used to cook different because she cooking with nariyal coconut cooking oil. In that day, she cooking with that. The food sweet, sweet, sweet. And Aji making, you know, Aji making what we not making. Aji making all kind of the curry. You all ever eat that? Edos and green fig and sweet potato and breadfruit and aloo and everything cook up in one in curry, in curry. Aji boiling lentil and grinding it in the seal so. And Aji putting some cornmeal and some seasoning and a little bit of flour and making a little patty and frying it in coconut oil and cutting it up so and stewing it with onion and tomatoes and you're eating that with sada roti. Aji didn't have a degree in culinary, but Aji know how to take nothing and make something. Huh? Now the minute you're hungry, where we go buy? Where we go buy today? Every time you buy, you're saying bye-bye to yourself. You know that? Because in the food have all kind of things that you wouldn't even dream of. Preserving powder, and Ajinomoto, and Vetsin, and... Oh, you know about them thing? You have to be all like me to know about that. Huh? You all know about that? Ajinomoto and Vetsin, and you all know about that? And those things are things that kill you, damage your kidney and damage your lungs and damage your liver. Those things destroy you more than anything else. If you cook home, you know how you're cooking. You know what you're putting. You know the quality of food. It says, he takes up the child. And as he takes up the child, he rushes away. And as he rushes away, something will happen. Listen. Bolo Seetahal, 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 Jai Siyavar Ram.
Seetahal,
तीसरा उसके जन्म लेकर राक्षस रूपा, तब ही राक्षस देकर ले दूर उतरा देखा। बोलो सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम।
सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
He took this kind of invisible form, and taking this kind of invisible form, he started to spin round and round. And while spinning round and round in an effort to get the child dizzy, the child was laughing and enjoying this. You ever spin around the little child? You get dizzy and want to fall down and feeling upset and all kind of things. And the child say, more mama, more, spin me more. Huh? We have the little niece Amelia. Every time Amelia see me, she say, Uncle, I want a backy ride. No, she say, I want a horsey ride. I say, Amelia, but you heavy, but not like a horse. She say, why heavy like? I say, I can't tell you, get vexed. She say, monkey. I say, no, something rhyming close. You heavy, I can't lift you. My back is not, I can't lift you. She says, spin me wrong now. And I spinning and she's saying, woo, woo. And I say, I go dad, I go dad. Huh? The little children love that kind of thing. When you throw them up and you catch them and, huh? They love that kind of thing. They consider that to be play. They like horsey ride and neck ride and like to sit down on your shoulder. You all remember that? Huh? We spoke about that yesterday. How the daughter-in-law treats the mother-in-law. Like the mother-in-law never had a child and don't know nothing about children. She don't know to make bottles. She don't know to mix tea. She don't know to change pampers. She thinks that the mother-in-law will put the child in the dryer and the washing machine and spin up the dry and put the child up on the line and hang up the child to dry. That's what she thinks. That's how she treats the mother-in-law. I don't know about you. The best rub down you will ever get is the rub down from your grandmother. You all know? With coconut oil. When you're a baby, they rub you with the coconut oil and they put their hand over the flame, the thumb so. You all know what that? I was big and in secondary school and my grandmother would still say, come let me rub your nose. I say, can it? Huh? Because if they didn't rub the nose, chances are they think the nose will come out how again? Samantha say, they used to rub your legs so the foot will come out straight. You all know about that? And they used to hold you by the hand and the leg and lift you up so to stretch you. You know about that? Don't worry, we have a pope. We ain't got a chance yet, but soon to be coming. I know, I'm a grandmother child. I know what to do and how to do it. As soon as she could hold up her neck a little bit, I will ginje her. Ginje is not the word. As I get a chance, I ginje she. It says, you know what happened? He begins to spin and the child is enjoying this. And while spinning and spinning and spinning and losing control of himself and dizzy, Krishna makes his way and go and sit on the shoulder. But as Krishna sits on the shoulder, and because he's going round and round, it is normal for Krishna to hold. And if he's up on the shoulder, where you think he'll wrap his hand? Where you think he'll wrap his hand? You ever given the child a backy ride? Where the child hold you? The child starts off by holding you like this, you know. But anytime the child feels fright and think that he will fall or she will fall, you know what they do? They grab onto your neck. And then you have to say to the child all the time, hey, you're choking me. Stop holding me so tight, you're choking me. Huh? And so Krishna wraps his hand around the neck of the child. And wrapping his hand around the neck of the demon, sorry. And as he wrapped his hand around the neck of the demon, it tells us, listen. Seetahal, 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 Jai Siyavar Ram. Bolo.
Seetahal, Seetahal,
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jai Siyavar Ram.
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jai Siyavar Ram.
कृष्णा दे कर कुछ का दे के उसका दे आनंदा, उसे ना अपना रास्ता बनाया, राक्षस दे कर बिनका, राक्षस दे ही कय का दे के तलनिया का दे पास, बिनता दे कर मातन दे कर बिनता मर गया। बोलो सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम। Clap your hands. Sing it to everybody. Let's sing. Clap your hands. Let's sing. The name of Bhagwat.
Jai Siyavar Ram.
बोलो राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय सियावर राम।
Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jai Siyavar Ram.
सीताराम 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 जय सियावर राम।
Seetahal, 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 Jai Siyavar Ram.
Krishna wraps his hand in an effort to save himself. And by trying to save himself, he begins to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. And he's squeezing the very life out of the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa falls to the ground dead and attains its true form. And then taking its form, what will happen? Krishna went and sat on the chest of the Rakshas. And you know what he did? He started to cry. He started to cry loudly. Wife can't live with the husband, so she wants to get a separation. But after there is a separation and you hear the man dead, you bawling and crying. Huh? They say, what are you crying for? She say, you ain't know now. And they say, oh, you're missing the licks. That's what you're crying for. You're missing the trouble. That's why you're crying. Huh? Whether who dies, you feel sorry, isn't it? Good, bad, indifferent, whether who dies, you feel sorry. You feel some kind of emotion is stirred up inside of you. Whether who dies. Your interpretation changes when there is death. Is that true? Hello, is that true? Why can't we change our thinking and our emotion while people are alive? Why do you have to stand up and read a eulogy for a dead man who can't hear nothing? Why can't we tell each other you're important and you're loved and you're appreciated? Why we can't do that? While you're alive, when people could hear. Turn to the person next to you and tell them you're important. Tell them. Tell them. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, God bless you. Tell them. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, time running out. Tell them. Time running out. Time running out. Before you know it, we all gone. Enjoy the now. The next might not come. The now is here. Enjoy the now. Don't wait for the next. Enjoy the now. And so Krishna goes on the chest of the demon and begins to scream and cry. And as Krishna begins to cry, Yashoda comes and she sees her son sitting on the demon. Yashoda grabs her child and quickly runs away from that place. But you know what happened? Krishna is chul chul. You all ever hear that word, chul chul? He can't stay put. He will not sit down quietly. He's chul chul. Huh? Krishna, now he could creep and now he could move. When the baby could creep and move, you know what happened? You know what happened? Let me give you an example. My mother, who I could remember, beat me with almost every single thing she could have put her hand on. Dabla, kalchul, pot spoon, heater cord, mop handle, broom handle, slippers, shoe, high heel, hand, foot, bilna, anything she catch, she felt behind me. Just tell my brother, don't hit the children, eh? She's tell my brother, Don't hit the children, huh? So what was different with us? What was different with us? The mother and father would discipline their children. When they become grandparents, they say, don't make the popo cry, eh? Don't hit the child. Stop hitting the child, that ain't good. But this time you will beat your children. Budup, everything. True or not? Is that true or not? Don't lie when you're in prayers. Mohani, is that true? Mama, is that true? Don't lie in prayers. Papa behaving like Ishwar. Is that true? Centra, and that's true? When Ashani come, oh God, Popo, don't hit she. Huh? You touch the ceramic and trade down now, see what happen. If you break the ceramic and you're still an adult, you still get buff up. And when the child turn on the ceramic, the grandmother said, don't worry now, we go buy the next one. Huh? Isn't it? Different rules to different people. Different. We couldn't throw the pillow off the couch and sit down all home, and we couldn't do that. Now the grandchildren building camp. Take out all the cushion and building camp. Grandmother sit down on top of the spring. Boom. She ain't mine. But when you was a child, you couldn't take the sheet and tie it to the post of the bed to make a camp. You get licks. Remember that? You tie up the sheet and you go under there with a touchlight, you're camping. You all never do those things? You all never had boy days? Jack Day, we never had boy days? Now the grandfather say I buy a thing and I hook up a little motor for them and I put it in the bicycle. They go on the bicycle and the bicycle going boom, boom. Huh? Nowadays we have to pedal and all kind of things. At any time you make a slip, you get licks. But as time evolves, our temperament, our behavior, our comprehension, our understanding changes. And with time, change comes. Do you believe that? With time, change comes. I was saying to them last night, I said we are accustomed, Hindus especially, that when there is Yagna, a few people sit around a bedi and sit down and do the puja. And those few people are the only people who will benefit out of the puja. They will sit there and they will do the puja, yawning and stretching and panting and huffing and puffing and sit down and fanning and hot and heated and all kind of thing. And then when time for the reading, after they done fanning and they start jumping, they're tired, huh? Because there's only so much you could tolerate. Look at what the Ganesh Utsav Foundation does. Everybody sits and does their own puja. Everybody. And who can't come in the day because of work and commitments, and they come in the night and they sit. So you will not see the same faces sitting there all the time, but you will see every seat full all the time. And that is what our duty is. That is what my duty is. My duty is to guide you into praying, to help you to connect to Bhagwan, to God. Not to demand and not to command, but to show you that worship is something sweet, pleasurable, enjoyable. To tell you and to teach you that if you come and you sit down and you put the mala, you will get a blessing. But if you make the mala with your own hand, you get a greater blessing. To tell you that sprinkling the hardi real good. It is okay to sprinkle the hardi, but if you put that hardi in the katora with your own hand to sprinkle it, you make it differently. Yesterday, Carol made the parsad. I looked at Carol. The parsad she make, she sit down and she hold the parsad and she hold it so to she heart, and she praying from her heart. The parsad I make, she hold it down my lap. And you know why? Because she had an input in that. So she knows the word, she knows the value. She made this with her hand. So she is now proud to present this to Bhagwan. But when somebody else does it for you, you know what happened? It's just an offering. That's what it is. It's just an offering. It's just a physical thing. But if you make it with your hand, This morning, Cindy and I, we were fighting in the kitchen. 8:30, she looked at me. She said, today is Mother Durga Day. We're making lapsi and suhari. I said, almost 9 o'clock. We're making bed and go on the stage to start the prayers. Go, get dressed. She said, you think Mother Durga gonna be vexed? I say, you think Mother Durga care about your lapsi and suhari? Mother Durga care about your devotion, your bhakti, your purity. No lapsi ain't impressing God. If me make road, I can't pray. When you make it, it hard like rock. Nelly, thank God, Lord Hanuman have good teeth. Huh? Because you're making it, but you're not making it with pride. You're not making it because you want to make it. You're making it because you have to make it. And anytime you go to make it and you're making it with ego, it will never come out good. Never. I go show you how to make it. Come stand up here and watch how I need it. And you need, and you need, and you need. And as you put it in the gate, crack up. And you say, oh, I make it too rich. This time God say, no, you make it with the wrong attitude. You make it with the wrong attitude. Make it with the right attitude. I'll be happy to eat and to party. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai.